Okay, we are online. Hello and welcome back to another Surefire Local webinar. We are so happy to have you again here today for our topic, Mastering Google Reviews, a key strategy for better rankings. My name is Patrick. It's just me today. I am your speaker as well as your host for today's session. So let's get into it. Okay, just in case anyone may be unfamiliar with Surefire Local, our mission is to help you make online marketing easy by providing your business with a clear path to success via our next generation platform that is available everywhere you need it. We provide the software that you need to attract customers and grow profits efficiently, and all from one place. We are coming to you once again today live. Later on, you are going to receive a link to this full recording, as well as all of the presentation slides via email. So there is no need to worry about taking notes. You can just sit back and relax, and we're happy to have you while you are here. Please do check your spam folders for Surefire Local just in case you do not see that from us. You can also share feedback with us at any time. You can just do that by emailing us marketing@surefirelocal.com. If you have a question for us here, you can also utilize the questions tab from the GoToWebinar control panel. And as always, please do check out the resources page on our website. There you can view our back catalog of previous webinars, ebooks, and other free resources that are all available to you free and on demand. Okay, so let's dive in. Today's agenda, we are going to be focusing on the 3 critical areas that will transform how you approach Google reviews. We'll start by understanding why Google reviews have become the single most influential factor in local search success. Then we'll dive into practical, actionable strategies for generating more quality reviews without seeming pushy or desperate to your customers. Finally, we're going to explore how to build a reputation, that not only attracts customers, but turns them into advocates. What makes this particularly exciting is that unlike other marketing strategies that may require significant budgets, review optimization is something that every business can master regardless of size or resources. We have a Forbes quote here. This quote perfectly captures the paradigm shift that we are experiencing in local marketing. Traditional advertising was about interrupting people's attention and hoping something would stick. But reviews work in the opposite direction. They attract people who are already looking to make purchasing decisions. What's fascinating is the psychology here. When someone reads a review, they're not being sold to, they're hearing from someone just like themselves. This creates a level of trust that no amount of traditional advertising can really match. So the businesses that understand this shift are the ones dominating their local markets. Okay, so Google's dominance. What is important is to have a presence on multiple review platforms. Google's sheer dominance makes it the clear priority, however. So consider this. Google processes over 8.5 billion searches every day, and a significant portion of those have local intent. When someone searches for a business like yours, Google's algorithm uses your review profile as one of the primary signals to determine whether you appear in results. Other review sites are valuable, of course, but Google is where the majority of your potential customers will encounter you first. You know that. So this is why in particular that mastering your Google reviews isn't just a nice to have, it's really essential for survival in today's digital marketplace. All right, Google reviews explained. So part 1 of today's presentation is going to be focusing on understanding the mechanics and psychology behind Google reviews. Too many business owners treat reviews as an afterthought, unfortunately, but they're actually one of the most sophisticated marketing tools that you're really going to have available. Reviews serve multiple functions simultaneously. They're the content that Google can index, social proof that influences purchasing decisions, and feedback mechanisms that help you improve your business at its very core. So understanding these multiple layers is crucial because it changes how you approach everything from customer service to your overall business strategy. Reviews impact visibility and revenue. The statistic about a 1-star increase translating to 5 to 9% revenue growth isn't just theoretical. It's based on existing research across thousands of businesses. What's particularly interesting is that this impact compounds over time. A business that goes from 3.8 to 4.3 stars doesn't just see immediate revenue increases, they also start appearing in more searches, which generates more revenue, which improves their rankings even further. It's a virtuous cycle that can transform a struggling business into a real market leader, or in this case, community leader for your business. Moving right along, where Google reviews appear. So we need to understand where your reviews appear. This helps you grasp their true impact. Your reviews aren't just sitting on your Google business profile, they're displayed prominently in your local map pack, something we've talked about quite a bit on previous sessions. This appears at the top of search results and throughout Google Maps. So millions of people use this daily for discovery of local businesses in their area. Each of these placements represents a different customer intent. Someone viewing the local map pack is actively comparing options. Someone on Google Maps might be navigating to your location, but could still be influenced by what they see. This widespread visibility is why every single negative review can have outsized impact. Reviews and local rankings. These percentages come from Moz's annual local search ranking factors study, and they reveal something crucial. Reviews represent 16% of local pack ranking factors and 6% of organic local rankings. To put this in perspective, that means reviews have more impact on your local pack rankings than your website's on-page optimization. Yet businesses spend far more time and money on their website than on their review strategy. So this data fundamentally change how you allocate your marketing resources. The businesses that recognize reviews as a ranking factor, not just a nice to have, are the ones that dominate local search results. So reviews as search signals. So Google's algorithm analyzes reviews for far more than just star ratings. The recency signal tells Google your business is active and currently serving customers. Relevance comes from the keywords and phrases customers use in their reviews. If multiple customers mention emergency repair in your HVAC reviews, Google understands you offer that service. For example, distance signals come from reviewer location, so helping Google understand your actual service area. This is why encouraging detailed, descriptive reviews isn't just about convincing future customers. It's also about helping Google understand exactly what you do and where you serve your customers. Okay, so multi-layered importance there that you have to consider. Moving on to slide 12, quality versus quantity. The question of quality versus quantity reveals a fundamental truth about human psychology. We're naturally skeptical of perfection. A business with a perfect 5.0 rating and only 7 reviews actually seems less trustworthy. Yeah. It seems less trustworthy, that is, compared to one with a 4.8 rating and 200 reviews. Customers understand that no business is perfect. That's fair to say. So they look for patterns in reviews rather than perfect scores. So the 44% statistic about review recency is particularly important because it means nearly half your potential customers will dismiss older reviews entirely. This creates an ongoing imperative to consistently generate fresh reviews. What customers value most? This data reveals the hierarchy of what customers actually care about when evaluating reviews. So while star ratings tops the list at 60%, notice that responses, your ability to engage with reviewers, ranks at 26%. This means more than a quarter of your potential customers are specifically looking to see how you handle feedback. They're not just reading reviews about you, they're evaluating how you respond to praise and especially to criticism. So this transforms review management from a passive activity into an active marketing opportunity. Every response you write is being read by future customers who are trying to understand what kind of business you run. Reviews throughout customer journey. So these statistics demonstrate that reviews have become integrated into every stage of the customer decision-making process. So you have the 97% figure there. So 97% for online research shows that avoiding the digital conversation isn't an option. Your customers are going to look you up online regardless. The 91% trust statistic is particularly powerful because that means online reviews now carry the same weight as personal recommendations from friends and from family. Most significantly, 94% say reviews have convinced them to avoid a business entirely. This means negative reviews aren't just losing you individual customers, they're actively driving people towards your competitors. Reviews and digital presence. Reviews function as dynamic user-generated content that Google values highly because it's authentic and constantly updated. Every review adds unique context to your digital presence that you could never create yourself. When customers mention specific services, locations, or experiences, they're essentially writing SEO content for you. The 15% ranking factor weight mentioned here represents billions of dollars in local search traffic. Consider that businesses appearing in the top 3 local map pack positions receive the majority of clicks, and reviews are a major factor in determining those positions. Okay. Reviews as business intelligence. So this slide here, it highlights one of the most underutilized aspects of review management, using reviews as a business intelligence tool. Your reviews contain unfiltered feedback about every aspect of your customer experience. They reveal gaps between what you think you're delivering and what customers actually experience. Smart business owners mine their reviews for insights about pricing concerns, service delivery issues, communication preferences, and competitive advantages. This intelligence can inform everything from staff training to marketing messaging to operational improvements. How to get more reviews. So moving into part 2, we're going to shift from understanding into action. The key insights here is that getting reviews isn't about manipulation or tricks. It's about creating systems that make it natural and easy for satisfied customers to share their experiences of your business. The most successful businesses treat review generation as an integral part of their customer service process, not as an afterthought. I was just had the unfortunate case where I had to be at an auto repair service station over the Memorial Day weekend. It was not fun that I had to be there, but I did have a lot of confidence in listening to the service techs speak to customers, and listening how they describe problems and how they sort of break down and how they break down honesty to their customers and kind of shooting them straight and telling them, what they want to pay for and what they don't want to pay for, which really built a lot of confidence for me sitting there in the waiting room waiting on my car. But one thing I did really particularly notice is how they called out the review process in highlighting and sending customers to the Google reviews, really is an integral part of their checkout. And every single time, one of the things the manager says is like, this isn't for me, this is for the folks in my shop, this is for everybody working out there in the garage. And it was an integral process of their checkout service, and I think it paid a lot into their very genuine reviews that were built on their Google profile. Had a lot to those genuine reviews, had everything to do with why I picked them. I had an emergency. I needed to find a shop that was close. I needed to find one that specialized in what I did. And those authentic Google reviews really added to the experience. The review score was really the deciding factor that caused me to go there. But then I noticed right away that they're very honest, first of all, as a business, that a lot of integrity with the people behind the counter, and the checkout process for their reviews was integral into how they checked out every single customer that came into the shop that day. And I think it's just overall, those little steps added up to them being a successful business. And I'll definitely be going back. Wasn't happy to be there. That was just because something bad happened in my car over the weekend and while everything else was closed. But I'm very thankful for that local business. Going back to this slide here, we talked about most successful businesses treat review generation integral part. So this is a systematic approach. This is what I'm trying to say, is that you have a systematic approach that ensures consistent results rather than sporadic bursts of reviews followed by the long dry spells. That's what's important. Okay, diving in, 5-step review strategy. This is the 5-step review strategy, and it addresses the entire review ecosystem, not just the ask itself. Notice that actually asking for the review is step 5. Everything else is about creating the conditions where a customer wants to leave a positive review. So this sequential approach is crucial because skipping steps leads to inconsistent results. You can't simply ask for reviews without first ensuring that you have something worth reviewing. Pretty basic. The businesses that master all 5 steps create sustainable review generation mechanisms. It's all about establishing the foundation, such as slide 19, the foundation, your Google business profile. So your Google business profile, if anybody, many of you are returning viewers of previous webinars, we speak of this constantly. Your Google business profile serves as the foundation because it determines whether potential reviewers can even find you easily. A common mistake businesses make is asking for reviews before their profile is properly optimized. So this creates friction in the review process. It just puts a wrench right into the works of everything. When customers have to search multiple times to find your listing, or when they find incorrect information, they often abandon the review process entirely. So this slide emphasizes that everything else in your review strategy depends on having this foundation properly established first. And what do we say to folks, whether or not you become a customer of Surefire Local or not, is that the very first thing you should be doing is claiming and having a very well-run and articulate and accurate Google business profile. That's step 1. That is of no cost to you, and that is the very first thing everyone should be doing. All right, slide 20. Google Business Profile is a digital business card. We have over here the example of Detroit Voltage. This example shows here, and it demonstrates what a well-optimized profile looks like from a customer's perspective. So you notice how every element works together to build trust and provide information. The complete and accurate contact information, NAP, name, address, phone, accurate, listed clearly, and is the same everywhere all across the web, not just on your Google business profile, but especially in your Google business profile. The complete contact information, clear service description, prominent reviews, and a professional presentation create confidence before the customer even contacts the business. This is a level of polish that doesn't just help with reviews, it improves conversion rates for every customer who finds you online. All right, so claiming and verification process. The verification process might seem like a minor administrative task, but it's so surprising how many people don't go through with it. Okay, but this is a very crucial for multiple reasons. Unverified profiles have limited functionality and appear less trustworthy to customers. Obvious enough. More importantly, the verification methods listed here each offer you different advantages depending on your business type. So phone verification is fastest. Postcard verification works for any business, and instant verification, preferable, is available for businesses already established in Google's system. The key is choosing the method that works best for your situation and completing it quickly. So your customer expectations. These 6 expectations represent the minimum viable standard for Google business profiles in today's market. What's interesting is that these expectations have evolved significantly over the past few years. Customers now expect comprehensive information, visual content, and ongoing engagement. A profile that might have been acceptable 5 years ago now appears outdated and unprofessional. Okay, like we always say, these things, your online presence, these portals, especially your Google business profile, I like to make the analogy that they're living animals that you constantly have to be feeding and taking care of. You can't just set it and forget it. So meeting these expectations isn't just about reviews, it's about competing effectively in your local market, because for every area that you're lacking, your competitors are not. 23, making your profile stand out. So this comprehensive list shows you how to transform a basic profile into a powerful marketing asset. Each element serves multiple purposes. Professional photos build trust while providing visual content for Google to index, very important. Proper categories help you appear in relevant searches. And Q&A content addresses common customer concerns while providing additional keyword-rich content for your SEO. They also allow you to control the narrative in your area if you get a lot of common questions, a lot of common concerns, or if you're in an industry where there is a lot of, there's generally, generally many misconceptions, especially if you're in the home service industry. Your online Q&A is your chance to really get ahead of that and set the narrative on your own terms. So the key is viewing your profile not as a static listing, The key is to view your profile not as a static listing, but as a dynamic marketing platform that requires ongoing attention and optimization. It's an animal that needs your care, your time, attention, etc. Exceptional customer experience. This generally goes without saying. So the italic text on this slide contains the most important insight in the entire presentation, let's be honest. Exceptional customer experience makes reviews almost automatic, and that is what we are all shooting for. When customers are genuinely impressed by your experience, they often leave reviews without being asked. When I gave that example earlier at the car service place, I listen to I had to wait quite a bit. And I listened to a lot of customers come up and check out, etc. And I don't think I encountered one that wasn't more than happy to just click the QR code right there and start the review process. They were all genuinely happy and willing and able to do so. And that is what you want. So this is why the most successful businesses focus intensely on the customer experience itself rather than just on review generation tactics. So the questions listed here help you audit your customer touchpoints from customers' perspective rather than your own. Eliminating barriers. So friction is the enemy of review generation. Every additional step, click, or complication dramatically reduces the likelihood that customers will complete the review process. You can't make things complicated. The strategies listed here address the most common sources of friction: difficulty finding your profile, complex navigation, or lack of follow-up. A QR code, I mentioned that earlier, I saw a real-world example of it this weekend. QR codes are particularly effective, okay, because they eliminate the need for customers to search for your business manually. Automation tools can manage the follow-up process consistently, something that's difficult to do manually as your business grows. So we're talking about, you got the QR code right there at checkout they can use. You're also, sending them email reminders and their subsequent email with all their subsequent order paperwork that you may have. You're including that, the ability to quickly leave those reviews right then and there in your automation. Simply ask. So the simplicity of this side is on purpose. So after optimizing everything else, the actual ask should be straightforward and completely natural. So your key is timing, asking when customers are most satisfied and engaged. This might be immediately after completing a service, during a follow-up call, or in a post-service email. The specific timing depends on your business type, of course, but the principle remains constant. Ask when the positive experience is fresh in the mind of the customer. Encourage descriptive reviews, everybody. The 1/3 statistic about star-only reviews represents a massive missed opportunity. Star-only reviews, they provide minimal to no SEO value and don't give future customers the detailed information they need at all to make decisions. The local information tip is particularly valuable because it helps with local search optimization. When customers mention your city or neighborhood in reviews, it's just going to strengthen the Google algorithm and understanding of your service area that is so critical. The example shown demonstrates what a truly valuable review looks like from both a customer and SEO perspective. Take a couple seconds just to kind of read through that. Again, just a reminder, you're going to get this entire recording with my lovely voice and all these fantastic slides. Two separate, the recording and the slides sent to you via email. Okay. A little reminder. Building a 5-star reputation. Moving right along into part 3, we are almost there. Part 3 focuses on the long-term strategy of reputation building. This isn't just about collecting positive reviews. This is about creating a sustainable system that consistently generates authentic customer advocacy. This visual of the rating blocks, it emphasizes that reputation building is cumulative. Each interaction either adds to or is going to detract from your overall standing. So understanding this cumulative effect helps you prioritize consistency over perfection. As someone I know always used to say, done is always better than perfect, to a certain degree. Why people write reviews. Understanding customer motivations is crucial for encouraging the right kind of reviews while discouraging problematic ones. Notice that 3 of the 4 motivations are altruistic. People want to help others or help businesses they appreciate. Only one category is purely negative. So this suggests that most customers are predisposed to leave helpful, constructive feedback if you give them the right opportunity and environment, which is true. The key is tapping into these positive motivations while addressing issues before they lead to the negative ones, or the negative reviews. 5 trust elements. These are your 5 trust elements. They create the foundation of trust that leads to positive reviews. What is powerful about this framework is that each element is entirely within your control. So equal treatment means treating every customer with the same high standard regardless of project size. Honesty builds long-term relationships even when it might cost short-term profits. Humble service makes customers feel value rather than just being tolerated. Proactive communication prevents small issues from becoming big ones. And transparency builds confidence in your processes and pricing. Setting expectations. So 4 questions. These 4 questions might seem risky, especially asking about worst case scenarios, but they actually build tremendous trust and prevent future problems. When you proactively address customer concerns, you demonstrate confidence in your ability to handle challenges. Customers appreciate this honesty because it shows you're thinking about their needs rather than just making a sale. These conversations often become the foundation of glowing reviews because customers remember feeling heard and valued. Review response strategy. Your review responses are public performances. Okay, they're public performances that every future customer is going to evaluate. The response timeline is crucial because it demonstrates how you'll treat customers after a sale. Quick responses to negative reviews can actually turn them into positive marketing assets by showing your commitment to customer satisfaction. Okay, everyone is getting a chance to look over the shoulder and see how you deal with challenges, problems, real customer concerns, and puts us all in that worst case scenario of what's going to happen if I put my faith in this business and something goes wrong. That is almost more important. I don't know about you, but more important to me a lot of time is how a business is going to deal with challenges. The guidelines for handling negative reviews are particularly important because emotional responses can damage your reputation far more than the original complaint. Goes without saying. Slide 33, personable responses. Personalization, transforms routine review responses into genuine relationship building opportunities. Using the reviewer's name and referencing specific details from their experience shows you that you read and value their feedback. So this level of attention often surprises customers because many businesses use generic response templates. Okay, so you just have to be real and you have to be genuine. The reminder about ongoing availability reinforces your commitment to long-term customer satisfaction rather than just completing transactions. Negative review recovery. Slide 34. So these statistics reveal one of the most underutilized opportunities in reputation management, turning negative reviews into positive outcomes. The fact that 1/3 of customers who receive professional responses actually update their reviews to be more positive is remarkable. Even more valuable is that 34% are going to delete a negative review entirely after receiving appropriate responses. This means that This means that being professional, empathetic to negative reviews can actually improve your overall rating while demonstrating your customer service standards to future customers. Okay, you're not just being genuine and addressing an unhappy customer and making sure that they have the best experience possible, but it's happening in a public forum and everyone gets to see that. Response time expectations. These response time statistics reveal a significant opportunity for most businesses. While 48% of customers don't expect any response at all, exceeding these low expectations can create a powerful competitive advantage. The 21% who expect a response within 24 hours represent your most engaged customers, the ones most likely to leave additional reviews and refer others. But consistently meeting or exceeding response expectations, you are going to differentiate yourself from competitors who ignore their online reputation entirely. Consistency and reputation building. Remember what we like to say, attempt to get 10 to 15 reviews every 3 months. So a recommendation of 3 to 5 reviews per month. This isn't just arbitrary, it reflects the natural pace of customer engagement for most local businesses. So more importantly, it ensures that your recent reviews always outnumber older ones. So keeping your profile feeling current and active. The platform diversity recommendation helps you capture customers who use different review sites while also providing backup options if one platform experiences issues. Again, we focus very much on the dominance of Google. We do that in every webinar, but we also take time to point out that they do not exist on their own. Yelp, Facebook, and good old Better Business Bureau, they're still massive sources. So you got to remember that just because you're focusing mostly on Google, which is the smart move, it is not just that. It is the Google review doesn't just exist in its own vacuum. You have many different avenues to your digital presence that you have to be actively monitoring. So you have many plates that need to be spinning at any one time. So the strategy for handling negative reviews through volume is psychologically sound because it demonstrates overall customer satisfaction patterns. All right. Moving on to technology and tools. The right technology transforms reputation management from a time-consuming chore into an automated system that works consistently. Instant notifications ensure you never miss opportunities to respond quickly. Centralized management saves time and ensures consistent messaging. Let's see here. So consistent analysis is going to help you identify trends and issues before they become serious problems. And the key is choosing tools that fit your workflow rather than adding complexity to your processes. Reputation return on investment. Excuse me, trouble today. These financial impact statistics put reputation management into business perspective. A 5 to 9% revenue increase from a 1-star improvement often represents tens of thousands of dollars annually for most businesses. The customer retention statistic is even more powerful because retained customers typically have higher lifetime values and generate referrals. When you calculate the financial impact of a reputation improvement, it becomes clear that investing in review management isn't just marketing. It's essential, crucial business development. This is the open forum that everyone is judging your business against your competitors in your area. Review authority. So this slide reveals a sophisticated aspect of review platforms that most businesses just don't understand. Review platforms use complex algorithms to determine which reviews to display prominently, and reviewer authority plays a major role. So encouraging your most satisfied customers to become active reviewers across platforms doesn't just help you, it helps them build authority and makes their future reviews more valuable. This creates a virtuous cycle where your best customers become increasingly powerful advocates. So, if you have a very vocal customer who leaves a lot of reviews for businesses when they're happy or when they're upset at a particular business, that person's review weighs more prominently in the eyes of Google and the Google algorithm. So you never, not quite like an influencer. I don't want to say that, but there are, the more active somebody is online, leaving Google reviews, the more authority Google's going to place to that. So you want to make sure that you capture everybody and give everyone the best experience possible, because you never know when you're gonna, someone's going to leave a review that has a lot of impact that the algorithm will consider. Authenticity in marketing. So this slide brings us full circle to the core principle underlying everything we've discussed in usually everything we discuss in our webinars. And that is simply authenticity creates trust, and trust drives business results. Reviews represent the most authentic form of marketing content because they're created by real customers sharing real experiences. There's no amount of polished advertising that can compete with genuine customer advocacy. The businesses that understand this shift from promotional marketing to authentic relationship building, they're the ones that will dominate their markets in the years ahead. Okay, so just be real, in other words. Folks, we are coming towards the end here. And this is usually the time in the webinar when I like to invite each and every one of you that is on the call with us here today the chance to schedule your very own session to see how our all-in-one marketing platform will give you complete visibility into your marketing, transparency of return on investment, and make it really simple and easy to build your digital footprint and to grow your business profitably. So if it seems like there are a lot of different plates that you have to keep spinning in order to maintain your local presence online, don't worry, because we are here to help. I'm going to place a poll on the screen. I'm going to launch that right now. Okay, there it is. Please let us know if you're interested in scheduling that one-on-one call with one of our subject matter experts after today's session. And if you happen to be watching this later on demand, later on today, or at some point in the distant future, please always remember that you may request that one-on-one with us at any time. Just go to surefirelocal.com and click the Get a Demo button in the top right-hand corner. So whether or not you're new or you're returning, we're all just glad to have you today, and thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedule. So I'm just going to give everybody just a second to respond. There's quite a few of you today. Let's give it a few more moments, and then we will close out. All righty, go ahead and close this out. Come down here. Thank you for watching. We are all done. So I'm going to say goodbye. Once again, big thank you for all of you for coming out. You're taking time out of your really busy schedule to spend it with us, and we really appreciate that. And we hope to see you back again here for future sessions. Please do keep a lookout for all our various channels in your email inbox for when that next session will be. Typically, what we try to do is we try to do these the very last Tuesday of every month. So the topic and what we'll be discussing, be on the lookout for that to come, as well as do check out the resources page on our website. You can view the massive back catalog of on-demand webinars covering a extreme wide variety of topics over the years. Go ahead and check those out, as well as a very different variety of tools and resources, and those and the webinars are all available to you free and on demand. If you think of any questions after the fact as you watch this, or even if you just want to say hi, you can send us an email. That is to marketing@surefirelocal.com. Again, you're going to get these slides and the full recording sent to you via email. Please do check your email providers and your spam folders just in case. Okay, thanks for taking time. We'll see you all again next month. You have a wonderful rest of your day and week. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.